Okay, segment 2 or 3-ish. I've got all the ditching done. Now I'm going to put in some of the curves and the continuous curves and put in my spines for my feather work and stuff. Not really. I'm doing some of the fill as I go, the background fill, as I'm doing some of the colored thread, changing thread stuff. It just depends. I don't do it all in steps and stages. I work back and forth. Somebody had asked if I was laying it all out kind of like a blueprint. And yes and no. Some of the stuff I'm not going to come back and quilt on at all, and some of the stuff I'm going to come back and quilt around. So it's a blueprint of sorts, other than some of the stuff's going to get filled in around and behind and so on and so forth. So I had it set up for a different angle out or arc out. So I'm going to just kind of eyeball this one down the center. And I don't really want it that long, I don't think. So we're going to shorten it up a little bit. That looks pretty good. Or we could come clear out to there and flip it and pick it back up there. I don't know that I have one like that I've done so far. I'm not keeping track, it's all spontaneous, so that might be kind of cool. So we're going to try that. So, one more time. Out and back to the corner. So stitch and flip. And then I'll probably stitch across the bottom, put in those two angles, and then that quadrant, or that part, will be kind of all stitched in and ready to start colored thread and a little bit of the fill. So, you could be pretty meticulous if you wanted to and find that center point so it's exact for you. Once again, I'm just eyeballing. You could do this however you wanted. And I'm pretty happy there, all in all. It doesn't have to be spot on perfect. Or, if you look from here to here, it's about an inch from the needle to that registration mark. So when I flip it over, it should be close. That registration mark is touching that diamond part, that triangle part. So if it's flipped over to there, it should dang near be perfect. So let's see what happens. Stitch out. And my needle and my edge of my ruler are dang near straight across from each other. So now I'm just going to flip the ruler over. Pretty much have the same reference points. That registration mark up there, it is about an inch away. So we should be able to pick that up pretty easy. Let me move the ruler there for you. Oh yeah, that's going to be hot. Or we could put in more of a doubled up or an encased spine or a raised spine. So how I would do that would be, I would stitch back up to the top, first of all. That way, that batting is trapped in there good. And I wouldn't stitch clear to the top. I would leave just a little bit. And then I would pivot the ruler from here to there and pick up that little bit of a raised type of a spine. So, And I'm going to double stitch all this too. But since it's such a long arc and I want it to stay right in the same holes, same spots, just going to do little segments of it at a time. That's just how I do it. Maybe a little messier to first start off, but once you get onto it, I really like the look. It's got a nice little bump in it, and by the time I get all of this filled in, it's going to be really raised nice. So that's this segment. I'm going to get all the rest of this line work done, and then we'll pick up with colored thread. Hey, thanks for watching, guys.